Hello everyone, this is Andy from Retro Asylum, and today I'll be doing another WTF. Now today's retro stinker is none other than Street Fighter the movie. Now this arcade game is based on the movie of the same name, Street Fighter, which in turn was based on the classic arcade game by Capcom. Now for those of you that have seen the movie will know that the movie was really horrible. Absolute total stinker. Now the movie starred Jean-Claude Van Damme as Guile, Kylie Minogue as Cammy, and sadly Raul Julia as M. Bison. Now the reason why I'm saying sadly was because that was Raul Julia's last movie, and it's a shame, for such a great actor. Now moving on to the game. Now first of all, I want to talk about the actual digitized characters themselves. Now statically, and I'm saying statically, they look fantastic. I think they look pretty decent. But the problem is, from the moment they start moving, you realise there's really no frames of animation there. So it looks choppy and jerky. It kind of feels like you're playing in a spotlight, because it just hasn't got the fluid movement that the original Street Fighter 2 arcade game did. Because that game basically was so fluid from the moment you threw punches to when you did your special moves, it looks superb. And this is really badly animated. Now the next thing I want to quickly point out is the collision detection on this. I don't know whether it's just it doesn't connect right or whether it just doesn't feel right. Now when you hit someone on this, it just doesn't really feel like you're hitting someone or getting hit. Whereas in the original Street Fighter 2 game, when you got hit or hit someone, you really felt the oomph behind that punch or kick, Now the next thing I want to mention is music. Okay, the music in the original arcade game was fantastic. All the different fighters were from different parts of the world. They had their own sort of like backgrounds, and those background music were fantastic. It really added atmosphere to the actual game itself. Now, I still remember Ken's tune, I still remember Gal's tune, Chun-Li. They're very memorable, and what do you get here? Absolutely nothing, really. Now, talking about backgrounds, look how dull and boring this is. You've got like a brown floor there, some blue, purpley thing in the background, and most of the levels are pretty much exactly the same in this. Now, that is a big disappointment when you consider that, again, all the fighters in the previous Street Fighter 2 game, they had their own individual background that stood out. You knew which character belonged in that thing because they were, again, were very memorable and very colourful. And this just doesn't do that. Sound effects, this game is very average. It's not a patch on the actual arcade game, the original Street Fighter 2. Now, sadly, I think, this was cheap cash-in on the movie. The movie was a cheap cash-in on the arcade game. And I believe the movie was actually written by someone that had something to do with a Die Hard. Now the problem with this is digitized graphics were never that fantastic. I first saw them in games like Pit Fighter, Narc, which was pretty good actually. And most of you will know Mortal Kombat. Now I think Mortal Kombat is very overrated. The digitized graphics aren't necessarily good in the first game, and the game peaked at the second game, but what I think made the first game so appealing was it had character, it had the blood, it had the gore, it had these sort of fantastic type characters, that could do special moves. And unfortunately, this is just a very dull fighter based on the movie, which can't compare to the game.